Hello and welcome back to the technical guide to Factorio. Woo! Woo! Okay, so this time we secure for ourselves, we'll check out on the map, the nice colony of iron. We secure our colony and we get it to actually start producing steel plates so that we can begin, as you can see on the map here, our first railway line. We don't actually get it completed entirely, but we learn the basics of how to place railway lines, and next time we'll definitely get it all up and running. So, I mean, without further ado, let's get straight to actually doing those. No! No research! Why do you do this to me? You were the only research running for the entire episode. How could you do this? Oh, what do we want? What do we want? I don't even know. Let's get something about automated rail transportation. We actually really need that, though. There we go. Anyway, we'll get straight to doing that stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is actually go and secure that iron stockpile out there. Because, you know, we can't really build a colony if we haven't secured the position to begin with. So I did load up the tank before we started the video with a bunch of explosive shells. And I mean, that's a crazy quantity of explosive shells. And a good amount of piercing rounds. I may or may not have forgotten to load more piercing rounds, but, you know, shouldn't be a problem, right? Apparently right. Hark, there be no one here. Well, that's good. Let's just check the surrounding area, make sure there's no nearby biter nests. Hello? Hello, vicious creatures. Anyone here? Anyone at all? Well, there's some biters over here. But that's not actually that close. Where's that biter going? Oh, it's just chilling out there. Looks like they're amassing for an attack here, but that's not a big deal. Okay. So if that's the case... Oh, what did we just hit? I don't even know. But if that's the case, we can just set up right out here. So we're gonna need to string power lines out to this iron field. And I will note, we're going to connect this with rails, but we may not be able to connect it this episode because so far we've been having a pretty serious iron shortage. I mean, sorry, not iron, steel shortage in our camp. So we need to work on getting additional steel before we can actually really dig into the production of a lot of like railway tracks. So what I'm thinking is the best move is going to be to actually build a steel production line up here before we get the entire colony set up so that we have that colony itself producing the steel that we will use to build the railway, and eventually we'll just like zone out that steel production and send it back to this main compound, because I really only want one area producing a lot of stuff. So we're going to take a few more electric furnaces. We've got 7 of them. Ooh, and we need to get more steel. I've been siphoning all the steel off into this chest so we can use it for this project, but it's still not all that much steel. I mean, look at that. We can only build 2 big electric poles. That should be enough to get us out to the actual fields, though, which is pretty good. I'm feeling happy about that one. So let's just... Ooh. We may or may not have just jumped in and out of the tank like nobody's business. So we're just going to head up there. And this... I mean, we all hope that this will actually get us to the iron fields. It is a lot of iron, though, isn't it? So much iron. Beautiful. Oh, my word. So, Yeah, that's more or less the plan so far, guys. Just so you know. If you don't like the plan, well, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Look, it's our plan. We're doing our best. Jeez, guys. Jeez. Looks like we are actually out of copper, which is unusual. So we're just gonna smelt up... Excuse me. We're just gonna smelt up some of this ludicrous amount of copper ore we just happen to have on us. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I don't want to go back to base. That's just what I'm saying. Look, the factory can run itself. It actually more or less can. We need more logistics ports, robo-ports, but I mean, after that, it'll even be able to repair itself, and quite frankly, what do we need at that point? We don't need to do anything. We don't have any iron. Oh no. Guess what? Hashtag not going home. Just gonna put this down. Make some iron. Ooh hoo hoo. And actually, in the process, we can start setting up the actual steel production line. So we'll have the iron come in here, the iron ore come in here, get smelted into iron plates, and we can send it onto a production line to send it directly into steel plates over there. Not too hard. Not too hard. Nice. Nice. Man, it's like building a whole new factory all over again, except it's completely not, because we already have everything, and we don't have to go through the process of digging up a bunch of coal and a bunch of iron, which, by the way, is a pain. It's the worst. Has to be said. Pretty sure everyone agrees. Let's see. There we go. So put that down. That's not a good spot. Is it? You know what? This isn't a good spot for this. That's what it is. We'll just put that there. Pull this back a bit over here. And there we go. We got better electrical coverage with that. Now we need to build just basic defenses. We don't have very many laser turrets. I only just turned the actual production of laser turrets back on. So we're just going to set up a small defensive position here. And we'll move it out once we actually have enough laser turrets to defend a larger area. Oh, look at that. And can we get ourselves a nice little gate in here? No biters are getting in there. Oh, so nice. Well, there we go. We have just fully defended our new colony. Well, I say fully defended. We've partially defended our new colony. It's kind of a sad colony, isn't it? Look at it. It's disgusting. How unfortunate. Poor colony. Yawn colony. So sad in its squalor. Disgusting. So... oh my word. I'm not being good at clicking things in my inventory right now. We're just going to have this loop around for now. Fill up with a bunch of steel plates because, I mean, iron plates. I wish it was filling up with steel plates right now. Well, I mean, I would wish it was filling up with steel plates if steel plates were actually a thing, but it just so happens that steel plates are not a thing, so live with it, kid. It's unfortunate. Let's see. We're going to get a little splitter to increase the amount of actual iron we can put on here. Because ideally, even though we're just setting this up for the moment, we need to make sure that we set it up to be a super efficient production line. Because we need to be known for setting up the best production lines that one has ever seen. It's what we do, people. Even with little, like, ramshackle situations like this, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. So that should be able to run potentially... there we go. That's the right button. Potentially one more furnace, probably. I think that'll be probably max production. Or is it... ooh, kind of seems like it's one drill per furnace. Okay, I see. That is amazing. So we'll put down a few furnaces up here. We'll have to extend this, of course. And this will be the actual steel production furnaces. It'll be brilliant, trust me. So we will just loop this, and with a quick little inserter, we all know how to do this, right? At this point, I hope you know how to do this, because if you don't know how to do this at this point, I mean, have you been watching what I've been doing? I don't even know. I don't even know! I mean, you don't have to have. I mean, you can do whatever you want to. I quite frankly just it's your prerogative. It's your prerogative. Do what you do, man. Just do it. And with that, we should be able to send that down, put it into some sort of delicious... I don't want to do a steel chest, because we're trying to build... I clicked the steel chest anyway. No! We were trying to build steel, not use it! Oh, it's the worst. And actually, we should probably use a fast inserter for this particular picking line, just to make sure that it all gets in there. And now all of this steel is going to be used to build the railway line as we go forward. So that, my friends, is how you do it. Kids, if you're watching at home, this is how you build a railway. Just go out in your backyard, dig up some coal, spend like 20 hours like working out how exactly you're gonna like start manufacturing things, figuring out technologies. You're gonna have to have a degree in science for this one, people. And then, maybe then, you'll be able to actually do some pretty serious manufacturing of railway lines. So much better, by the way, than a model railway. So much better. So nice. Wow. We actually got that up really quickly, I have to say. So that's producing a bunch of steel. We'll just get a bit more iron working so we have full-on steel production. And we should be actually A-okay, I would say. Nice. Okay, step 2. Actual production of the railway line. So we're gonna need stone, which is, you know, it's not so much the rarity that it used to be, but at this point, I do know where to find a good deal of stone. We happen to have a chest in the bottom of our base that is just teeming with stone, and it's not just any stone, it's precious internal factory stone. It's none of that colony stone that's like, it's good, it works, but it's not nearly as high quality as the stuff we used to find around here. It's so sad. So sad that all that high quality stone has been used mostly to build walls, which is arguably a good use of high quality stone. I would say probably not. It's quite sad. How unfortunate. A single tier, people. A single tier. Well, okay. So we got our stone, and we're going to have to work on the railway line. Railway lines are a thing. Let's just put it that way. They are actually quite annoying most of the time, but don't you worry, people. Don't you worry. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. So, number one, we need to figure out... Oh, okay, that was not one of our telephone poles. I thought it was. I thought we... the amount of times I've run over both electrical poles and pipes with a tank is ridiculous. Luckily, we didn't do it this time, but it could have happened. Think to yourselves, people. That could have occurred. How unfortunate. So, we've got ourselves our railway tracks. Perfect. Brilliant. So we want to set these up in a place where we can load them with a good amount of iron. I think we'll set it up north because it's a bit more protected. This is more out in the open. It's going to expand the colony walls a bit more than I'd like to. So we're going to set it up over here. And the first thing that we need to build is the loop that will allow the train to actually, you know, turn around. So we've got two types of tracks. Our standard... I'm putting these over here. So much easier. Our standard single straight track, which can be diagonal, any direction. And then we've got these. These are the curved tracks. So we attach these directly to our straight tracks, and we can create 45-degree bends. Oh no, I'm not sure we'll be able to bend this properly. I think it's gonna go into the water. A lot of the time you have to have like a single track in between the bends. It's complicated. Don't worry about it. But anyway, so long as you see a continuous track all the way down, that is a good track. It's a beauteous track, and it works out perfectly. So that's about the size that we need to actually turn a train around. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ludicrous. So we're gonna try to get it back parallel with this loading area so that we can send a double track all the way back down to base, parallel to one another. And then we have a loop at the end, and it, you know, comes back on itself. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a train. Trains for the win! Actually, we didn't even need this central piece, did we? Oh, look at that. Oh, this railway is being far less finicky than most railways I've made. Most railways tend to be rather annoying. They don't like you very much. It's unfortunate. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta slap your railway into line. Okay, there we go. So now we've got that big circle. Oop, that was misplaced there. This will allow our train to turn around and either, you know, get into station or leave station, depending on which direction we actually make it face, which we can really make it face either direction. It doesn't really matter in the end, but I don't know. We'll figure that out once we get to it. We haven't gotten there yet, people. We haven't even built the entire track. How can we think about the train running on the track before we've actually built the track? Answer the question, people. Do you know? Do you know how we can do that? We can't! It's disgusting! Don't even think about that. So, all we need to do is run this massive track down. And this is why steel production was so necessary in this colony right now, because we've got a lot of distance to cover. In terms of defending this, the biters won't really pay attention to train tracks. They don't care about them very much. But they do most definitely care about trains. Luckily, trains move like a bat out of hell, so most of the time the biters can't catch them, which is amazing. And any biters who get on the track and the train's coming by, dead. Dead like nobody's business. Also us, if we're on the track and the train's going by, dead. So dead. I will admit I have been hit by a train before. It was unfortunate. This is not IRL, by the way. I've never been hit by a train. We just destroyed our precious wall. Hey. Hey. No. No! There we go. Perfect. Once again, yeah. No, IRL, I have not been hit by a train. I wouldn't try it because it's being hit by a train. You don't really want to get hit by a train, but I mean, that's how it goes. But in this game, I have been hit by a train before, and I can tell you, it happens in a flash and you're dead. There's really nothing else to say. I mean, it's not like I could have written myself a eulogy in the time between when I realized I was about to get hit by a train and the time that I actually was hit by a train, because that time didn't even exist. The actual unit measure of time between when I realized I'd be hit and when I was hit is equal to 0. It was sad. I literally never saw it coming. How unfortunate. Oh, how the good die young! Apparently being hit by trains, because I guess that's a thing now. Why is that a thing now? Oh no. That's quite unfortunate. Well, actually, we are quite a ways towards our base right now. Admittedly, we've used a ton of resources to do so, because that's just something you do with railways. It's quite unfortunate. So with this railway, we can also, if we go to the map, we have, well, I mean, I guess just these resources to pick up with this railway as well. We can funnel a bunch of stuff into this railway and then, you know, big unified resource dump into some cargo containers and then just haul it all back to the factory for the win. Okay. I see. So this is our advance on the base. We want to get in probably around here. And then we can make a big loop here. And that should be fine. So we'll need... I'm not sure. You can build gates across straight train tracks, but I'm pretty sure you can't build gates across curved train tracks, and unfortunately it looks like we're gonna have to curve through the wall. We'll have to see, you know, how we can deal with that. I don't even know. Tank, did you drive off and hit a rock? You're disgusting, Tank. You're drunk. Go home, Tank. Go home. So, in case you're wondering what it takes to make these rails, it's 1 iron stick, which is half an iron plate, a stone and a steel plate, and the curved rails are 4 times all of that, which is pretty good, I gotta say. It's not super expensive, but it is somewhat expensive. It does have to be said. It's not terribly cheap. So if we just pull this back 1, I think we can have this. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pull it back 1 more. You can really only attach curved rails every 2 straight rail segments, which I don't know why, but it's just a thing. So there we go. If we just connect these, and then we get ourselves a couple gates, we can just build these gates right across, and every time the train comes by, that'll open before the train goes in, just in case you were wondering. No, we're not going to destroy the gate every time the train comes by. Don't worry. We got this. We got this. Now, we're gonna need an unloading area somewhere here, which is a thing, so that we can, of course, unload all of our resources and send them to the proper areas. Because that's a nice thing to do, I feel. Actually, you know, at some point using the resources we sent all the way over here. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. What do we need? Do we need iron again? Oh my word. Okay, fine. We'll get some iron. But actually, that will bring us for now to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. There's a massive biter fight going on out there. How nice. Once again, thanks for watching. Next time I'll probably finish up this railway between episodes, and then we'll get to actually getting a train running on it and loading and offloading the train next time. So until then, thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.